Submit to the molding so that God can give you your new identity. Y'all, sometimes it can be so hard for us to just be still, to just wait on God. I feel like we should be doing this, that, the third. And sometimes there's time for action, but there's a time for everything. There's a time to go, there's a time to come. There's a time to arrive, there's a time to leave. And there's a time to move, and there's a time to be patient. It is your job to discern when these moments are. And how will we know that? By keeping in step with our Father. Okay? You need to get your prayer life in check if you are a little bit confused about when your time is to move and when your time is to be still. Now, I'm not a stranger to how sometimes the facts are there, okay? We gotta go. I got to do this, I got to do that, I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done. Have you ever thought about if God actually wants you to even be doing that? Do you even want to be doing that? Slow down, give it to God, and submit to what He has required of you, and allow Him to use that threshing floor to take out of you everything that is contradicting His word about you, so that His word can be made alive in you and give you a new identity. We had Saul to Paul. That is the most famous example from history, our history book of the Bible, and who was able to be delivered. And in this process, no matter how many different ways we decided we wanted to view Saul, God saw Saul as a savior of tens of thousands, okay? All because he submitted at each season of his life. He gave his crumbs to the Lord and allowed God to take the crumbs and mold them and make them into something so great of a pastry or a dessert in his life. And he allowed himself to become the person that God always intended for him to be. So I'm gonna always tell y'all, be encouraged today. Sometimes that molding, sometimes that uncomfortability that comes with the process, that stretching, that cutting, that burning, sometimes that's just God cooking. He gotta cook. Let him cook. He got to do what he has to do. He has to get his hands into the situation and be allowed to work in order for him to make the difference of the identity change that you didn't even see necessary. But it was the word that he spoke over your life. And he trying to finish cooking, y'all. So what your mama used to tell you, I'm cooking, get out the kitchen. He cooking, get out the kitchen. Do you trust him for real or for play? Let me know. Bye, y'all.